Alright, so most of the loom is in now. Along there, it's all clipped in. Fuse box, little fuse box is mounted up there. The only thing is in here, I'm installing the rear aircon, so I have to work out the right way to do it, because I didn't take fucking photos, as I mentioned earlier. I only took photos of the loom and how that mounts under the dash, and I didn't think of taking them anywhere else because I'm stupid. So it's all guesswork, really. But I've had to work out what the right combination is to put this shit in. So that's the fucking heater core in there. The loom, I'm not sure where it runs just yet. Although I have this section here, which comes up into here to go to the controls up the rear. And then I had to run the cables to operate the flaps inside the heater box and all that. So now I'm thinking that I put that in first and then work out where the loom runs with it, maybe. We'll see. Right, that was a challenge, man. I thought I messed up running the loom, but I didn't. I had to pull it all through here. And then that grommet goes in that hole there, and that loom runs up for the electric curtain rails, and I thought it was meant to go in a hole down there. So I thought I stuffed up for a second. I had to pull it all back out, but turns out I fucking nailed it. Now the only thing I'm not sure of is where to run the loom here, and where to run the aircon lines. And then I have to chuck that in there. The rear aircon is in, the evaporator, the heater core, that's all plugged in. I kind of fucked myself to do it. Getting a couple fucked up. I don't know, what do you call that bit of skin over the top of your nail? Yeah, they're all getting fucked up. Fuck, man. I just have to bolt there, and there, and then it's done, and then I'm never fucking touching this shit again. If the fan doesn't work, too fucking bad. So sad, I am not bothering. Right, so I ended up replacing one side without checking the other side because I'm stupid, and the other side has some fucking power steering fluid in the boot, which means the seal's fucked, which means it has to go get rebuilt. So I got a quote, $500 with rack ends to get this rebuilt. So I'll take this down Friday. If I get this on the road in the meantime though, I'll just drive around with manual steering for the minute. I'll put all the power steering stuff inside it, other than the rack, and I just won't run the belt on the motor, and won't fill it up with fluid, obviously. But yeah, so that's a bit of a bummer. I was fucking keen as hell for that, but that's alright, I'll get it sorted. Alrighty, so the aircon lines are nearly done. I'll finish them in the next hour. The loom is in. The heater pipes are in. But I thought before I drop the motor in, I would just film one last time the aircon setup, the heater lines and the loom, just to elaborate on how fucked it is, really. Okay, so that grommet back there showed in one of the other videos. I'll probably just put a picture up of it, because I can't even get back there now, there's so much shit in the way. Right, that runs under this tunnel. It goes up along here. Right, the loom crosses over here, hooks up to the motor, and then the engine loom crosses over from the engine and goes up to the ECU. The body loom continues around. Right, main fuse is there. Comes into here, connects up to this clusterfuck of an aircon system, right, which is just a pain in the ass, and I hope I don't have to pull any of this back out, because I fucking hurt myself getting it all in there. The loom runs around, hooking up onto all this, then goes into this panel here, hooks up to the to this for the door light, and goes into this panel here for all the switches for the rear aircon. And this isn't actually part of that loom. This bit hanging out here is actually part of this section down here, which comes off of there, goes underneath the aircon system, comes out there to connect to the battery, but then that bit goes back in the body in that grommet hole there, and then comes up here for the fucking electric curtains and the roof light, which I still have to put in. I'm going to be putting the roof light from the luxury model in. So that was convoluted and unnecessarily complicated. I think Toyota went a bit weird with that. But that was just the body loom, right? There was still the dash loom. Okay, so from that grommet down there, it comes up just here behind the little speaker thing. Right, it crosses over into the fuse box, and this section crosses over back behind here to run power to the headlights and all that here, which I still have to plug in. And then there's a section from that wire piece that goes up into the back of this brace on the dash, and there's a loom behind that to run all your aircon stuff and all your switches and stuff, which crosses out to the front of it over here for your gauges and your ignition switch and all that, and all the switches on the dashboard. And then there's also a third piece of this loom, which I actually ran the wrong way. It was meant to go behind all this aircon stuff, and I didn't run it behind. I fucking forgot. But instead of pulling all this stuff out and running it behind, I've actually just run it around the front, and it's tucked right under, so you can't see it anyway. But yeah, that was just the dash loom. I still have a couple of the rear sections of loom to do, but I can do that later. It's not as important at the moment. Mind my voice and all that too. I'm a bit sick at the moment. Anyway, that's just the loom, right? There's also the water pipes, which I had to pull all these water pipes out because they didn't have the fittings to run the rear heater. And so I've had to pull all the water pipes out and run these ones here along here, which go out to the front to the heater tap, which goes to the heater in here, and then comes back out, and it goes along here, and there's a Y piece here. This goes to the motor, that goes to the motor. These two sections, this bit and this bit, go down into this section here along this engine cross member, and then they go down into the heater in here, right? So the water lines are a bit complicated too. Now the other thing is the aircon lines. As you can see, the condenser is in. This is only one condenser. There's the second one I still have to put in. So, and because there's a fridge too, this gets even more convoluted, right? But this, I'll show you the simple bit first, right? The simple bit is this. The two hoses come out of here. This one goes to motor. This one goes to the rear aircon. Right. Comes back out of the rear aircon along here. Just follows it back along. That pipe there goes around the front out to the other condenser. But there's also a T-piece here, so that connects to the motor. Right. And I'll show you now. I haven't actually finished under here. I think I still have one or two more pipes to hook up. And then I have to fit the little condenser. Oh. Okay, so I'll explain the little condenser first. The little condenser actually mounts up here, and off of these, on these tow hooks, right? But it's not in yet because I've had to run all this, right? So you've got your, let me move a bit here. You've got your aircon lines. This was the one that was repaired. So you can see that weld there. So they run up this way. This is the section I still have to connect up to over there. I'll show you in a sec. But as you can see, it T-pieces here to run the fridge. Oh, let me move under a bit more. T-piece. And then fridge comes back out. Fridge comes back out and connects to here with this swirly bit. Fridge comes back out, connects to here, and then this section, this fitting, connects to here. And then these two hoses coming off of here connect to the condenser that goes right here. But obviously I had to connect all this shit before putting that condenser in, as well as mounting the fridge and running this big ass loom. Oh, and the water pipes too. The heater hose, I've put new heater hose on everything. I still have to put the brackets on this so it doesn't rub. But yeah, I had to do all this before I could fit the condenser under here. And it was a fucking clusterfuck. Right, there's that big ass grommet that goes through to the body. So that's what I've had to contend with. And that's why this is taken so bloody long. Not to mention I'm doing all this while I'm sick, so you know, I've done a few things and then gone, oh shit, I've done it the wrong way, I better pull it back out and do it again, because I'm not thinking 100% straight. So it's taken a bit longer than it should really. But yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty convoluted, complicated, but I'm getting there. It's nearly done. Got a couple more aircon lines to go. I just have to put the flywheel on the EFI motor, because the EFI motor was auto, and then I have to do front and rear main seal on it, and then I can chuck it in and probably start it tomorrow. The other thing I might have trouble with is the motor and the loom and all this stuff I fitted was out of an automatic van. So I don't know how well it's going to communicate with the lack of automatic gearbox, because I'm pretty sure these go to gearbox, or transmission, sorry. So, I mean, one of them's probably just a neutral switch, which is probably just this big chunky one, which is easy if I just fucking get two spade connectors on a bit of thick wire and plug it into itself. Should be fine. I have no idea what this is. Could be some form of overdrive or the kickdown switch or something. The kickdown switch is something I also am not using, which is actually just tucked in somewhere up there. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have issues with this or not. It's even got... Where's the writing on this? Here you go. Transmission relay. Which, actually, that's probably what those wires are from, but yeah. I don't know if this is going to cause any problems. Like, I'll probably, at most, if I'm lucky, it might just have a light on the dash, and I might just have to plug the neutral switch into itself. And that should be the only issues, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna finish off and then chuck the motor in. Alright, I'm back under the van. Last time, just to show you it's all done. Everything's hooked up except for these two lines, because they connect to this fucking thing. So I'm going to put that under here now. The second condenser is in. You know what? I didn't install the fucking power steering line. And it has to go on the wall. This fucking firewall bit, chassis rail, has to go behind the fucking aircon lines. So I gotta pull the condenser out. Fuck! So this is what I mean. You gotta fucking make sure you get the right order, or you have to fucking pull shit back out. God damn it. Oh well. I had to unbolt all 4 bolts on the condenser to move it out just a little bit. and unbolt the water and aircon line there, to slip this over behind there, because this has to bolt right fucking there, that bolt. So now I've got to undo those bolts. Far out, man. It's nearly in though, so that's good. I'll do the other one, and then I'll do the fuel line and the fuel tank before I bolt this thing back in, just to make sure. Even though the fuel line stops here, you never know. Something I probably forgot. Oh man, this bloody van's doing my head in. Anyway, better carry on. Oh man, so it needs to bolt right there, and it's not going because it's hitting the fucking brake line right up there. Let's see if I can fucking... No, that's up against the brake line. Fuck. Oh, I don't remember having this much trouble pulling it out. Ah, man, this probably means I have to unbolt the brake line and put it behind the brake line.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping.
Well, better get to it. So frickin' brake lines unbolted, and this is the predicament. Trying to weave this curly as hell pipe around all this crap is just tedious because it's getting stuck on the water pipe. Yeah, just keep trying. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yeah. Get down there. Yes. 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 Yeah. Fuck yeah. Alright. Now I have to get it past all this crap back to here, which I don't think will be too difficult. I don't know. It's just that mount there's a bit of a... Oh. Oh. Hello, ladies. Alright. Looks like it's problem solved, guys. Right, that other one's in. Now it's just working out where this piece goes. I reckon it's this. It goes like this. I reckon. And then these mounts mount down here and over there, and then where? And then what? It comes up and fucking. Where's that mount go? I've said it many times and I'll say it again. When you're undergoing something stupid like this, take fucking photos. God. I need some fucking room, so I'm just gonna, before I mess around with anything else, I'm just gonna, oh god, I'm just gonna clean all this shit up. Hey Sapphire. You're a good dog. Good doggy. You like the bass? Probably all you can feel is the bass because you're deaf. But anyway. So, don't get too excited yet, guys. I only pushed this out just so I can sweep up and clean up a bit. Because this really needs a reset. Really need to do a reset in here. So, what I'll do is I'll sweep up and then I'll bring this motor out into the middle of the shed, start cleaning it up, ready to do seals on and then chuck it in hopefully. But we'll see how that goes. I've just got to finish cleaning up all the mess over there, move that engine somewhere else, probably into the gap here somewhere. I really have to neaten this all up, but I'll get it sorted.